Yes, good to go.
Yep. So we'll just quickly introduce ourselves and then we can start with
Okay,
the presentation and demo.
sure, sure.
Yep. So you can
Ladies
start.
first. Okay. Okay, so hi, good morning, everyone. This is Shubham Dumbre, and I am from Delta the Innovators. We had this very good, you can call it like a technical innovative company, and since last year, we have been into all these technical kind of things like developing applications, websites, and etc. And Srishti is a very dear friend of mine. We met at a Microsoft boot camp, and thereafter on LinkedIn we connected, and this is what we have come up with. So this is something that would benefit you all from the learnings that we had when we were in at the Microsoft boot camps and all. So I hope you all would enjoy this journey. Srishti, over to you.
Yep. Thanks. So myself, Srushti, and I've been working in Accenture as an application development analyst. Uh, Regarding my work, I work on Office 365 and you can call it as Office 365 consultant and into SharePoint framework development. Apart from work, I'm more into writing stuff. So that's about me. And we can just go through the deck and we'll start with the presentation. Yes, Shubham, you can just
Okay, okay.
go to the next
So
slide.
yeah, I'll take it ahead. So first of all, we would like to give you all an overview of the Microsoft 365 platform. It will be a very brief introduction kind of a thing because the tools that we are going to use today in Microsoft bot development, as in how we use going to use the virtual power agent. Before that, we think that this is the base which you all will need. So here we go. So the world's productivity service, probably Microsoft 365, what we call it now, previously was known as Office 365. So it comprises of Office 365, that is all the applications which we all are well versed with, like PowerPoint, Excel, Office, and all. And Windows 10 is something that also comprises into this. Along with that, we have enterprise mobility and security. So these are the three, what you can call it, the main constraints of Microsoft 365 now. And Microsoft Graph and apps and devices are something that have come into picture now. Before that, let's have a quote from the man who Microsoft actually looks upon. So Microsoft has basically focused on two massive platform opportunities. One is the Microsoft Azure and the other is Microsoft 365. So you all must have heard about Microsoft Azure. Azure is used to develop multiple services, multiple applications. And similarly, Microsoft 365 is also having a wide range of applications. So you all can just read this quote, and if any questions that you get in between, you all can just ask in the chat section so that we could answer those queries. So Satya says that Microsoft 365 is coming together with Windows and Office to build this multi-device, multi-sense experience service cloud platform, and it puts people at the center versus devices at the center. So by this he means to say that now everything being in the cloud environment, we all have got the, what you can say, freedom of using devices. Then might it be your phone, your tablet, or your device. That's how it goes. So Microsoft 365 platform comprises of intelligent edge and intelligent cloud. So these are the things that it comprises of, and we'll go in a basic detailing kind of a thing ahead. Any questions till now, guys? Sushti, good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So firstly, we'll go with intelligent cloud. So intelligent cloud comprises of Microsoft Identity and Microsoft Graph. So what exactly is identity? So y'all must have come across, like whenever y'all are signing into Gmail, sometimes it asks you like tap on the number which you can see on the screen. So you get 3 4 options and you tap on that is developed for security. But similar thing is developed in Microsoft whenever you are logging into Microsoft accounts. So what you can see on the screen is like it gives you 2 3 options, and it will display one number on your screen and on the device. So Microsoft
Yep.
identity is to just prove your identity that you are the authentic user, and your account is not used by someone else who has the credentials. So that's where this Microsoft identity comes into picture. Next is like Microsoft identity again helps you to be have advanced security. You can go passwordless. and comply with the IT policies with improved app discovery. So these are like the very vast products of what Microsoft has. And moving on, like Microsoft Identity is now used widely. Then those OTPs which you all get is somewhat like for the security reasons only, so that no one else misuses it. Then next we enter into Microsoft Graphs and Services. So graphs again is a very big and vast topic to cover. So we are planning to have one particular dedicated session for graphs. So overall, you all can understand graphs at this point as like it is a collection of nodes where everything is represented using graph and data. So their REST APIs, interactive applications, everything comes into picture here. And so as I said, it is a very vast topic which connects database and everything. So we'll have one dedicated session for this also. So Microsoft Adaptive Cards is again a very good concept. Srishti, you must have tried some cards. You remember at that time we had deployed some. Then
Yeah,
again
so I'll just
Microsoft.
like to pitch in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Microsoft Graph Services is basically more of your REST API calls which you make, and on top of that, what Graph is about, it is usually taking your all the data from all your Microsoft applications, and we have an unified API. Not like REST API, but Microsoft the Graph is Unify API for whole O365 suite, wherein if you search something, you'll get data from your Outlook, from your files, whatnot. So that is Microsoft Graph. And what here you see in the slide, which is Microsoft Adaptive Card, Search, Graph Data, Fluid Framework, Azure Cognitive Service, Bot Framework. So I just like to cover something about each. Adaptive cards are basically in Google itself. When you just hover over any of your name in either email or sort of, you will see a card which is called as an adaptive card. Similarly, we have in Microsoft enhanced version of adaptive cards. Microsoft Search is now, I can say, it is a unified search bar across Microsoft platform, wherein I said you can search anything across any devices, which is possible using Microsoft Graph connectors. And bot we'll see later. Azure Cognitive Services is also bot connected to your Azure AI. Fluid Framework is something new which is coming in, which is not yet available, but I can just give you a gist of it. Like Excel, PowerPoint, Word files, there are coming Fluid files. So you can, that has an extension of Fluid. You can see it in later when it releases. So that is how. Yep, Shubham, you can move ahead.
Okay. So the bot framework as it is like the main theme today. So bot framework, you'll get more to know more understanding about these soon. There's a dedicated framework to develop bots. Now coming to the intelligent edge, we just completed intelligent cloud. So intelligent edge probably comprises of Microsoft Windows, which we are very much well versed with, and you know what Windows is capable of. Correct. So no more time wasting on that. Building web applications. Now this is again like Microsoft Edge, something like a browser which we have got on Microsoft from Microsoft forefront. So this would probably help in developing various applications and like creating more new technology. And both of these come together is like extending Windows applications. So we now tend to create some cross-platform applications also, which are like some are dedicated for Microsoft services, some are like you can use them on any device. So that's how these two come in together. Building web apps which are accessible on all the devices, then might it be the iOS platform or Android or any platform. So that's what it comprises of. Building on Teams. Now Microsoft Teams is something that has come into picture since this COVID-19 pandemic has come, because people now use collaborative environments. So it is just online office where you can chat with people, you can view them, you can talk to them face to face. Just the thing is it is virtual. And so building on Teams is again one thing. And lastly, it is Microsoft Office and SharePoint. So SharePoint is again something that has a lot of scope ahead. And SharePoint also we would need a couple of sessions to cover the at least the basics. And Microsoft Office, as you are well versed with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other kind of tools which it has, like the publisher, or as you call it, the Access. So just that was a brief overview. So how what exactly engaging with Microsoft would be is here. So just changing the conversations with bots, Microsoft Teams. You can just go through this once. This was just to give a overview.
Yep,
So
you can
how are
just
we?
move to the next slides.
Okay. Any questions till now, guys? Just ask in the chat section if any. Yes, Rushti.
So that I can pitch in again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shubham, your voice is breaking.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, so yeah, you are
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah. Should we share the link first and then we
Okay.
begin? Something like that?
Yeah, you can share it in the chat window.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yep.
Yeah. I have just shared the link. Yeah. You can continue, Srishti. Now, no disturbance.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can share the screen. Yep, I can see it. So we'll just today I'll walk you through bot development using Power Virtual Agent and what exactly Power Virtual Agent is and how you can enroll for this application. So coming to the next slide,
Yeah.
we'll walk you through all these steps in the demo itself, but I'll just walk you through the slides first. So what we have for you is how you can enroll this Power Virtual Agent, what exactly is Power Virtual Agent, how you can create bot, any of your FAQ bots or something for your IT admins, tech support thing. You can publish it across your websites or any of your channels like Microsoft Teams, um, Line, any of your channels you can publish and we'll see into it later. And we have this demonstration as well. So going to how you can enroll this, first thing is when you log into your Power Virtual Agents, when you type in Google, you will go through a homepage wherein you can sign in using your Microsoft account. So what exactly is Microsoft license? You have E3, E5, business, education licenses. If you don't have license, you don't have to worry about it. You can go to this free trial versions, developer versions, and you can enroll for that and you can play around with all these beautiful functionalities. Um, Next slide. Okay. So once you sign in or enroll for your Microsoft account, you will be seeing a home page, which I'll take you through it later. Uh, what exactly is Power Virtual Agent? I'd like to elaborate about it. So we have Microsoft Bot Framework as well. It is usually for developers, core developers, AI developers. So to reduce the gap for all the developers, Microsoft has bought in this Power Virtual Agent, and they call it as you can use it as a citizen developer. Like you don't need to be a data scientist or some background in AI, artificial intelligence. You can just play around with it, and you will create a bot within 5 to 10 minutes. So that is how it is easy, and it is low code solution. So you can do a number of things with it. You can post it, publish it, analyze how your bot is working in, and play around with it. So you don't have to write any complex code. It is very easy to understand and it has a minimum IT effort it requires. So any of the developers around here, you don't have to worry about how you're going to make this bot. You just have to analyze what is there in this application and you'll be able to make it. So that what it is saying, that this reduces cost obviously, and it is very much helpful for all the customers because you don't need specific data scientists or any other professional skills. Any citizen developer can come in and they can prepare this bot. So it improves customer satisfaction. You can just find out where the issue is coming from the flow itself, and you'll be able to see, yeah, this is where I'm going wrong. And this obviously empowers your team. Okay, so what I have here is this is the details of the home page, wherein you will see topics. You'll come across this words, topics, entities, bot, publishing, analyzing. So I'll walk you through in the demo itself. Next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how the screen looks like when you log in or when you sign in. As you can see here, you have home page. This is your home page. In the top right, you see a bot, this thing logo, which will let you know that which bot you are working on. In the left side, you have left rail navigation, wherein you will see home, topics, entities, analyze, publish, manage. This is the home page wherein you have this bot, and you have this flow going through, because I have kept this toggle on and off, which is showing track your bot. So this is how why I see the flow. Besides, this is a canvas which we'll work in, and yeah, this is how the bot looks like. Next slide. Yeah, and these are all the sources for you. You can just go in, read the documentation, sign in, pick out the licensing thing, whichever you want. I'll just share my screen and I'll walk you through whole the demonstration so that you can develop the bot. Once you can see, just let me know. Huh?
We can see your screen.
Yep. So I will just like to add in like what exactly Microsoft Suite looks like. You have heard about Google Suite. So this is Microsoft portal, and you see n number of applications here. It's so beautiful. You have OneNote, Planner, Power BI, SharePoint, Power Automate, obviously Teams, Whiteboard, Word. So we won't dive into each and every one. So I'll just take you through Power Virtual Agents. So you just have to type in Power Virtual Agent and you will be landed to this home screen. You can sign up for free. You can start it for free because because of this pandemic situation, they are giving you 6 months. So you can create your bots, n number of bots related to situations for IT admin, crisis communication, FAQs, etc. Or you can sign in from here. So once I sign in, they ask me to create a bot. So I have 2 bots for you. I'll just go into each one of the steps. So what we'll do is we can go to the home screen. So this is your home screen looks like. You have author topics. You have published your bot, monitor your performance, and the documentation about it. So you can just go to the links and you can read about it. You have this product videos wherein if you don't know what topics are, what publishing is, so you can just go and you can play around. You can share your ideas to Microsoft. If they find it useful, they'll definitely share it. You can ask questions to support community. Okay, so what next I have is what exactly are topics. So in this screen, I just close this bot. These are topics, and here we have 2 kind of topics, which is system generated topics and user topics, which are out of the box, but I have disabled it. Yes, this is user topics and this is system topics. So system topics are basically trigger points. For example, you can see greeting. When we basically are so much into bot thing that we usually type in hi, hello, and the bot replies with the relevant messages. So these are the triggers when when the bot will trigger. Like, so if you ping in something, then it will trigger. So to manage this whole thing, you can go into authoring canvas and you can build your own flow for your bot. We'll look into it after some time. So what is this topic card looks like? You just have to name your topic. For example, I want to create something in IT support. So you just have to create a topic for IT, and you can fill in details or trigger phases according to what you like. Like, hi, I am Sia. I am IT admin support. How you would like to help? Just answer a few questions. So we'll see that later on. But this is how a topic card looks like. Also, you will have the analytics for each of your topics. It will show you last 30 days and last 7 days Power BI reports. So we won't go into it now, right now, but these system topics are your out of the box topics which Microsoft provides, and you don't have to explicitly go ahead and create greeting topics. They have provided you with. What else we have is user topics, which they have created few for us, but this is what I have created. So how you can create the new topics, like I've shown you. This is new. You can just type in IT support. You can enter your triggers. So if you are creating your bot for IT support desk, then you'll have some kind of scenarios wherein people will ping in hi, and you go ahead replying with hi, I am this so and so bot as an IT admin, and you ask further questions that what help would you like. So you just go in building that flow. So this is how you can create your topic. And the another way for creating this topic is just suggested topics. So what I did is I have created a bot, FAQ bot, crisis FAQ bot related to this pandemic, and you have to go ahead and get started. You can post here WHO, CDC, any ABC website link. You can add in, you just have to create start, and it will create topics for you here, and you can add those topics to your existing topics. So what I have did, you can see here this topics. What animals can get COVID? I didn't added this topic, but I got it because I added CDC or WHO link. And you see your three dots. See, you can delete this topic. You can go to the authoring canvas from here itself, and you will see the analytics for this topic. So topics are basically your conversations in simple terms, and entities are your variables, kind of, you can say, simple variables which you use in day-to-day life, like what people will reply with. Age, wherever you see age in your statement, it will pick up from here. So this is a keyword, kind of an entity. For example, if hi, this is my email, let's go into an email entity. So this is an email address, and this is your entity. Entity would always be your email address, but these are the different statements wherein you fit in your email. So you can say email is a variable. You can add your custom entities as well. And this all are out of the box. You don't have to create anything. You can first play with what is there with you, and you can just add your custom things later. What next we have is where you can publish this bot. So once you are done with making your bot and something, you can publish it also in your so and so websites. So what channels do I have? Let's look at it. I can publish it to any of your website, custom website, mobile application, Microsoft Teams, Facebook, Skype, Telegram, Line. See, you have so much of connectors where you can publish your bot. And you have authentication as well if you want to authenticate your bot for, so you can authenticate by giving client ID, client secret, and you just have to go to Azure and just have to put in the details here. So now let's start building some of the stuff. What I'll do is I have already created a bot, and I'll deep you dive into that. Yep. So I have created my flow in this greeting topic. I'll go to the authoring canvas, and we'll see how we can create it. So see, the UI is so beautiful. You have topic checker. If you have some error in your topics, it will show with red. Let's start. So it is showing green that yeah, my topics are ready without an error. So what are trigger phases? As I said, these are the conversation. These are the starter for your conversations. So once any user ping in with any of these messages, I have hi there, hi virtual agent, hi support, anything. What I'll drop is I'll drop in a message. See, I have a node here which says add. So what I can add is I can ask a question in return, or else I can show them a message, or I can redirect it to some of the flows. I won't go into this detail because it will need a dedicated session to understand what flow work like. Microsoft Flows Power Automate. So we'll just look at it sometime later. So once a user enters any of these trigger phases, what I am dropping in is I'm dropping a message. For example, let's just add show as a message. So what you can show in as a message, you will see here. You have UI. You can directly, you have this text editor, rich text editor, wherein if I write, so you can bold, italic, and what else you have, you can delete this topic. delete this message. So once a user will type this, they'll be redirected to this message. I'll delete it for of now. So as you can see, I've dropped in a message, hi, I am a crisis FAQ bot. Next is I'm asking them a question. So what can I help you with? There are a few questions which I'm asking in: emergency contacts, company information, general information, preventive measure tips, and FAQs, exposure assessment, etc. You can assign this to the variables also, but I'm just creating a FAQ bot right now, so I won't deep dive into that. So for each question, a branch will move out, and as you can see, you can play with this branch particularly, and you can add your messages. For example, for emergency contact, you are showing them that you just need to redirect to some emergency contact, right? You can also add and go ahead with dropping them a message. Like, what I have done here is that emergency contact is a different topic card. Just a minute, I'll show you that. So this is a topic card which I'm redirecting to it. This is my topic called as emergency contact. I have created a small flow here, and what I have did is I've added few messages here, and it is redirecting to this. What next I have is for company information. I'm again asking them a question that where are you working from? Are you working remotely, or are you traveling, or some of the beating policies and manager related questions? Whenever you ask questions, you will be given this branch, dedicated branch, wherein you can go ahead, ping in your messages, you can again ask question, redirect it. You have that flow going through. So if you are working remotely, then see, you have this safety measures which I've dropped in for them. And if you are traveling, then I'm asking them question whether they have traveled, or they are traveling currently, or they are still there or did not travel. And for them, I have again branching out, and I am asking them that if you are yes, you travel, then how long back you travel? 14 days back, yes or no? If yes, then this measures you should take, and if no, then this measures you should take. If you are currently in travel, then what you can do? And if you are unable to leave, then you can just go ahead and drop in your messages. Same preventive measures I am just dropping in. And if you are you can see that this is a flow which you are creating right now for your bot. Once I am done for this travel company information thing, business travel, I go into meeting policy, and again you can just go ahead, branch out your questions, and then go with the same flow. So this is the flow, and once you are done posting them, you can just say thank you, for example, your end message, or terminator kind of thing. So I'll just post it. I'll just go to travel. I'll post yes, I traveled. Yes or no. Thank you for letting me show a message. Yep. I'll save it. And we'll quickly test our bot, how the flow works. So this is just a bot I've created, FAQ bot. We'll go ahead and see how we can create simple bot as well. Okay, let's test it. So I have kept this track between topics as toggle on, because you will understand flow how it goes. So let me just zoom a bit, little zoom out. So just go to the top and just start. Yep. Let's go and type in hi. So this is the trigger for my bot. It will go here. It will see that yes, I have hi. It will reply me with hi, I'm Christopher bot. What can I help you with? So these are the questions it is asking me. See how beautifully it is asking these questions like a cards. So I just ask them company information. Okay, so it is asking me what company information are you looking for. Okay, let's go and type to business travel. Just see the flow here. You will understand beautifully. I just pinged in to the bot at business travel, and it again popped me up with a couple of questions. Yes, I currently yes traveled from returned from the travel. So it will go to this branch. And has it been 14 days? Yes. And it will show me with the preventive measures I should take. Yep. And it should also pop up me. Thank you for letting me know. So this is how the flow goes on. You can just build your own flow, own FAQ bot or something. So how beautifully you can just create bot within 5 to 10 minutes maximum. And here in the screen itself, you have this topic checker. So you will directly understand where you're going wrong, and you can undo your changes, etc., etc. One thing I would like to show here is I've redirected this to another topic. So let's just go and dive into this. Check out. Hmm. I want emergency contacts. Yep. So if you're a resident of India, you visit this helpline, and if not, then you can visit government. So this is how I redirected to another topic which we have created here. So let's just go and just check the topic emergency contacts. So what I have did here is I have created another small flow. Yep. Whenever I see emergency contacts trigger phases, I'll just let them uh, drop them with a message that if you are a resident of India, then you can go ahead and use this helpline, and if not, then you can go ahead and use this. So this is how you can relate your topics into your bot itself. So this is the way you can use topic cards. Next is you can go ahead and publish this bot. If you want to take that time for you, you can take that time for you. You can go ahead and go to the channels and you can publish it anywhere. So once you publish, you will be able to see, just a minute, manage. Yeah. What you can see here, once you start posting it to your groups or any of the applications, so you'll see the summary of your bot, how your bot is really working, what is the response, how people are using it. So I don't think I'll get something, but I'll just show you the Power BI report. So what summary you will see here is will dive into it. This whole thing is the reports about your bot, and other tabs we'll see it.
Srishti, I'd like to just take a minute. Guys, kindly fill the form which we have shared on the chat section. So that would help us to understand more what topics you all want and how can we proceed ahead with such sessions. So there's a Google form link. Kindly fill in the form. Yeah, thank you.
So in the meantime, this loads. Just go through this. You will see beautifully what pricing rules you have for PowerShell agents. And you can download this licensing guide if you don't have any license for Microsoft 365. And this will show you how, like the thing I demonstrated recently. You also have the start free version or watch an overview of how this PowerShell agent you can use it. And as you can see, this you don't need any coding required. You just have to play with all the things available in your plate. So you just play and create simplest bot, greeting bot, and you just use it anywhere in your organization. So right now, we all are in the state like whole thing is done virtually. So we all are kind of dependent on this bot thing. In the organization, whenever your desktop slows down or there's some issue you're facing with your internet or something or the other thing, you just drop in using the bot and you'll be redirected to that so and so tech support person without even raising any incident. So this you can do it right from the PowerShell agents itself. Yeah. So what we see here is I'll just close this thing. This is your Power BI report, wherein total sessions it will show, your engagement rate for your bot. Currently, I haven't published this anywhere yet. You will see engagement over time for each dates. As you can see, you have how your bot is engaged. And for all your cards, like this is your resolution rate drivers and emergency contacts. This is the inbuilt emergency contacts you can reach out to, escalation rate, abandon rate, and this is the whole reporting for your bot which you have created and you have published. You can go ahead and take out the report for last 7 days and last 30 days. Also, you have a report for customer satisfaction, as in how people are using it, whether they are really satisfied or what are the reviews. So you'll see here according to the usage of the bots. And you can filter around anyways. You have filter options of your reporting. You have sessions, bot sessions, like whenever the bot is working, you can download the sessions. And finally, the billing. If you have used Azure client ID, client secret, and you have published and you have managed this authentication thing, so you have that billing also considered. So it will also give you total bill sessions and from your previous years, and you can just look out how your boss is billing. Yeah, so before just closing out the session, I'd just like to create a small greeting bot for you. So you can just play around with it. Just start. What we'll do is we won't create a so tough flow. We'll create simple one. Greetings bot. Processing my request. So we'll customize our greeting. Let's start. Okay. So as you can see, this trigger phases are already there for me. I don't want to use these messages. I'll delete all this stuff and we'll create our own. So we'll just drop them in message. We'll also r- write the message. Okay, so I have, whenever the user will type in something, I'll just add here. This is a tech support related thing which I'm trying to show you. So if they type in, hi, my system is facing so and so issue. we haven't added this yet, but hi support team if they write. Then we'll just take them through hi, I am Dia, your tech support admin, and please answer a few questions. So we'll just give them few questions that. And we have multiple choice questions, so you can go ahead, identify what you want to add here. For of now, I want them to select from few of the questions. Stop. New option. Mac. New option. Just look out the flow. For each and every option, it will create a new branch out here. Connectivity issues. You can anytime edit it, delete the options. What else? VM issues. So yeah, and that's it for me. I have this issues in this thing. My bot only has this type of questions. For of now, we are just going into some scenario. And if that user is facing this issue in desktop, what next? Just go here. You can call an action. So that is a different topic. It will need more time to just showcase that. We'll have dedicated session later sometime. So I just keep it simple that if contact some email address abc at support.com. Yeah. So you have just resolved the issue by saying that, okay, contact this, or you can have some more messages saying raise an incident in ABC link, right? So this is how your flow is completed, and you can just go ahead and drop in. Thanks for, just go with thanks. So that this is the end of the message. Similarly, for Mac, you can have some same issue. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and check what is wrong. Okay, you can't have empty questions. So I'll delete here. I'll save, and you can test here itself. So as you see, whenever you are missing out something, you'll just be popped up with this topic checker. Now go ahead and type in. And for your to understand the flow, you can just track in between the topics. It's connecting. Let's give it some time. Go with high support. Let's keep it high. Yep. See, Dia, your tech support admin, please answer for the questions. So I'm facing issue in desktop. This is the simplest scenario I can show it to you just to start playing with. You can just dive deeper. You can send emails right from this to the tech support guy, and the tech support guy will that is a flow thing wherein that flow will directly send an email that the incident has been raised for the so and so person, and it will be going to them. So this is the simplest bot you can go ahead and create. And similar way you can create FAQ bots as well, just like I showed. And for tech admin whatnot stuff, you can go and create. So this is how the conversation goes. And you can just see the canvas, just go ahead and play with it. Yep, that's it. You can just ask questions if you have any. So I'll be helpful.
Yeah, guys, if you all have any questions, you all can ask. And one more thing that we have shared the form link again, so you can just fill in the form because your feedbacks are very much valuable for all of us, and we expect that your feedback would help us to come up with more wonderful sessions like these. So if you have any questions now, you all can ask us. Thank you, Srishti.
Thanks. I can see couple of questions.
Yeah, just kindly have a look at the chat section. Maybe you could find some.
Any cost is required for publishing. If you have license, then you can publish it. Otherwise, for free trial versions, I don't think you would be able to publish it in your websites or something. For trial, you can just go around and play with the FAQ bot. This is a artificial intelligence bot created for you all with low developer interface. Like you can just see the interface of homepage and you can go around play with it. Uh, you can go ahead and integrate with Azure, more stuff, authenticate your bot, and then publish it in so and so different channels. But for free trial versions, I have to look into it. I don't think you can publish your bot if you have free trial versions. This is only available if you have Microsoft license. You can publish it across websites, any other things. Back up.
Srishti, there's one more question.
What if more no, I just missed out. Okay, what is more efficient? No, no. Can we edit bot interface according to my design? No, this is a ready-made. This is the interface which Microsoft is providing in right now. This you can just you have to play with it. But yeah, anyways, you can apply your own UI, but you can't play with the template. Not yet. This template is default, and you have to use that. Next questions. Cost. Extensions. Kindly. What if user asks something that is not in our backend? It will stop. It won't reply back with anything. If there is something which is not there in the flow, it will not reply. It is straightforward. Like if you are triggering some phases which you have not mentioned in your triggers, so it will not reply with it. I hope that answered your question. Using Python, I haven't seen it yet. And the least I have used Microsoft Bot Framework as well. That needs pro coding development. So according to that, this is very simple for all the citizen developers. So I can answer that in simple terms. But you can do very much things. Is that today what I have shown you is the simplest thing you can do with it, because this is the start of the session, and I don't want to pitch in with some difficult things or terms which you don't know. So yes, general question. What is the general question?
You got a very interesting general question. Yeah.
Shubham, you want to answer this question?
Probably the scenario is changing now, and so work from home is something that we would switch. But there are some other professions also, probably like civil line people cannot just work from home. So in our industry, probably you can say that work from home can sustain, but for the rest, still it's in like in progress. Very interesting question. Yeah, so guys, kindly fill in the form once again. A reminder so that our attempt gets applauded in some or the other manner, and we get to know how we can improve your experience more. Srishti, this was a fruitful collaboration, I would say. Really.
Yeah, I hope people enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try to keep it very simple for the start so that they just don't go into the dilemma that it is very difficult. because you can
Exactly.
definitely create difficult stuff from Power Virtual Agent itself. I have few scenarios wherein, but it is like very tough for the start.
Yeah, today being the very first session, we thought of keeping it a bit dilute so that next time we can come
Yep,
up with more focused approach.
yep.
I'm
I
thinking
hope
of,
people enjoyed it.
yeah, now let's see what the feedback forms say. Yeah. Do you have any notes? Because I entered. No problem, Shivam. We are sharing the presentations and all the necessary link. So y'all would receive it with the certificate. Kindly fill in the form.
So we have recording of the session as well, right, Shubham?
Yeah, we have got the recording also. So we'll be posting it everywhere so that anyone who has missed it can get a glimpse.
Yep,
Chalo, this looks great.
yep. Then
We
we are
wrapped
good
up
to
our.
go then.
Yeah, fine. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes more if any questions. Guys, y'all can
Yep.
ask if y'all have any question. We can wind up by 12. Yeah. Who's here? Tanmay, Vikas, Akhilesh, any questions? Jay, Shivam, then again it's text pure. Tushar, any questions? Any topics that you all want to suggest? Yes, Srishti, we have one question here.
Okay.
So the question is, can bot reply to audio as in some audio response?
That's what I said. This is more of FAQ, tech support admin kind of stuff. Using your, you can have, like I said, this is kind of adaptive cards wherein it will pop you up with audios and images and art for Microsoft low code solutions, wherein it doesn't provide you with. In future, we'll soon have like couple of after 6 months. You have this kind of cards like we have questions so easily. You don't have to go around build that question panel. It is ready made for you all. So similar to answering a question, audio and image stuff. Soon they'll be releasing it. But I guess you have to work for the templates thing. So that is taking time. So that is not yet available in PVA to answer in short.
Okay. There are no more questions left.
And you can go around and build beautiful FAQ bot just with this interface, and it requires zero maintenance, I would say.
Yeah.
So easy to create.
Bots are like now there was one more chat fail also on Facebook, probably Messenger. You can create
Mhm.
bots using chat if you all again TensorFlow is something that is more widely used to create
Tense.
bots.
Yep.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
I had come across one more. I don't remember the name now. It was also we create
I,
bots on Telegram. You must have come across those.
okay.
Yeah. So
And if I'm not wrong, I have seen that this PVA bots can be embedded in WhatsApp as well.
yeah, yeah. WhatsApp bots also can be done. There is some kind of API integration to be done, but that is possible. So
What
many a
is
times big businesses use that.
required for bot to run like Azure? So this is built on top of Azure.
Yeah.
So, and what will be the total cost? So this depends on the licensing which you choose or trial versions, as I said. If you go for E3 professional licensing costs are obviously high, and the license which you choose should have Power Platform available. So you just have to dive into that licensing guide and you will get to know the different amount
Yeah. It is actually customized as in whatever service you use, you're charged for the
service you
same.
want to avail. Yep.
Yeah, correct. So you will need Azure services. At 58, we wind up at 12. Yeah, it is expensive. Yes, you're right, Shivam. A minute to go. Any more questions, guys? So, do we have cheaper options? Yeah, we have various options. As we mentioned, you can check out TensorFlow. You can also create a bot using Telegram if you are specifically looking for some free options. Also, there are other open source options also available to create various bots. But for hosting, you need some kind of a platform.
Are there any more questions?
No, it's just a open
Yeah.
discussion now. So
Okay. So
almost I suppose we
we'll
can.
we can then
Thank you,
drop
guys.
off.
Yeah, we'll get in touch again, Srushti, so that we can figure out
Yeah.
how overall.
Probably after next month, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
sure. Chalo. Thank you,
Okay. Bye bye.
everyone.
Thanks,
Bye
everyone.
bye. Take care. Have a
Bye
nice day.
bye.